In this episode of The Intrepid Cyclist, we set out to break the sound barrier.
They're here.
Now let's talk about some biking. Several weeks back, we finally got out for some riding. After a long hiatus, it actually takes us back to last November. My free hub just decided to call it quits. And it seemed like a simple fix. Boy, was I wrong. I got it all installed, but it still just didn't ride, or should I say, sound right. So I did what any resourceful person with a keen talent of toolsmanship would do. I threw it away and bought a whole new wheel. But not just a new wheel, a new drivetrain. Since I had to get it anyway, I decided to kick it up a notch and go with the new Shimano group set with the 51-tooth rear sprocket. Yep, this will be the answer to my prayers. The challenge of climbing will be a thing of the past. Yeah, right. So after several months, a lot of cursing, and a newfound sense of humility, we're back on the trail. We decided to do a loop around a state park called Rosaryville. My buddy Paul, who recently picked up a sweet new Canyon Neuron, came along with us. The weather was perfect, and the trails were crowded.
As usual, the first couple of months are always slow going. Several months of sedentary activity and a few holidays where the food is too good to pass up put this 50-year-old body in a semi-permanent state of comatoseness. The irony of this day is that I had been going out daily and hammering the local hills to build up some conditioning. Unfortunately, I think it had the opposite effect on this day. Without proper rest days to recharge, I actually felt more sluggish and fatigued than I usually do.
To say these guys had to wait for me is an understatement. But oh well, what you gonna do? I know my way through. We'll catch up eventually. I'm just gonna enjoy the day and the perfect trails. But this is a reminder that I do need to get out more often now that the weather is getting warmer. Finding free weekends with good weather this time of year is a premium, and you gotta make the most of them. How is Rosaryville, you ask? Glad you asked. It's located heading into the southern part of Maryland, so it tends to get hot and humid here fast. Getting here earlier in the year was something I wanted to do for a while. It's about a 9-mile loop around the perimeter of the park. Not too hilly, about 500 feet of elevation. Enough to make me feel like I did something by the end. The trails aren't very technical, but you definitely need a decent off-road bike to ride them. It's a fine and satisfying loop, quickly becoming one of my favorites. But you have to pick the right time of year. Oh, and how is this new Shimano drivetrain, you ask? Pretty sweet. It shifts nicely, and those extra 5 teeth are a welcome addition. Are they miracle workers? Absolutely not. Looks like I'll still have to put in the work. So as you can probably tell, this video was kind of a compilation of the last several months or so. Truth is, I just haven't been able to get out and ride as much as I want to. Yeah, there was a couple more rides in between, but either they were just really wasn't anything worth filming, or I just didn't care to, you know, film how slow I was going that day. I did have some legitimate things going on with, I had to spend a couple of weekends kind of doing some work related things, and we had some vacations involved, and then it just kind of got a little too hot. I didn't feel like riding in the heat because I really wasn't in that great of shape. So hopefully we'll get some more rides in. But in the meantime, if you've been out doing something cool, please share your stories in the comments below. I'd love to hear if you've been on a cool ride or you hit like a cool milestone, and hopefully that'll like kind of give me the inspiration to kind of get out there and hit it a little bit harder.
So yeah, it's been a strange summer so far. We just gotta press on and do what we can do, I guess. There are a few items I have on my list of things to do, and I'm going to try and get to them soon. One being the hill challenge that I started training for 3 months ago, before falling off the wagon. So let's hope for a few less 95-degree weekends and do this thing.
Oh man, I'm glad to be done. Yeah, most of mine are like 6-ish. Like,
yeah, that extra couple miles.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially when they're the hard.
Yeah. And I'm sure I'm sure it's this way. It's like going with other people, I'm going faster than I would have at home by myself.